Hey guys, Bethany here with the next chapter, and I am out on my porch today. I have been enjoying reading my book. I just finished 50 Words for Rain, and it is the pick for my book club this month, and I really enjoyed this one, so I wanted to tell you guys about it so that you would know to pick it up and read it as well. This book starts out in 1948, and it spans into the 60s, and it starts with this young girl, Nori, who is 8 years old, and she is the illegitimate child of her Japanese mother and her African-American father. And she lives in Japan, and her mom basically abandons her, drops her off at her grandparents when she's 8, and she's raised by her grandparents who, due to biases of her illegitimacy and also her race, they do not approve of her, do not like her, and they basically keep her locked in the attic for quite a few years and do things like, trying to bleach her skin and, not allowing anyone else to know about her, and they don't treat her well. But eventually, Nori, I don't want to spoil too much, but she eventually gets out of that attic and she's able to live her life, but she spends her lifetime constantly having to deal with the fact that she is illegitimate, that she is mixed race, and the difficulties with her family. They do not like her. They do not treat her well, and she has to, come to terms with that and deal with it. It's very much a coming of age story. And what I liked about it especially was that a lot of times stories like this kind of tend to be predictable. You expect certain elements to either go horribly, horribly wrong for the character or certain things to be, wrapped up with a bow. And neither of those things happened in this book. She had terrible things happen to her, but they also didn't go exactly in the direction that I was predicting that they would. And so that was really nice, that throughout the book I was constantly being surprised about where her life actually took her and where she was going next. But also, it did have a happy ending? I want to say yes, and I want to say no. It was a satisfactory ending to her story. Again, I was surprised on how that turned out, but I can't wait to talk to my book club actually about the ending, because it just didn't quite go where you think it's going to, and it was happy for her in that she, finds her freedom and her release, but it's also sad because it didn't go exactly the way that I thought it should or I wanted it to. But, maybe you would disagree with me. So I am interested. If any of you have read this book, or when you do read it in the future, come back and let me know in the comments how you felt about that ending, because you could really go either way on it. So I don't want to give it away, but I definitely want to talk to someone about it. But yeah, I definitely recommend this book. I would say it's probably like a 4.5-star book. It was super good, and I really enjoyed it, and I got into it right away. But because certain elements weren't quite to my satisfaction, I felt like I had to knock off like that half point. It didn't quite get me into that world the way a 5-star book would, but it was close. So definitely recommend this book, and again, let me know if you've read it and what you thought. And of course, as always, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't ever miss what's happening in the next chapter. Thanks for watching.